And we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Steel City Sports Report, where we talk all things Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates. I am your host, Brady Vini, and today we are live once again for instant reaction and an analysis to the Steelers game this week, Week 16. This one, pretty much for all the marbles in Baltimore against the Ravens, are the Pittsburgh Steelers, and everybody by now knows the stakes. The Steelers win, they clinch the AFC North, and a home playoff game. Meanwhile, the Ravens, if they win, they open the door for them to possibly steal that AFC North title from the Steelers. Should be another typical AFC North football game. Probably expecting this one to be low scoring, even though there has been tons of change between these two teams since they last met about a month ago. So let's start with the Steelers. Firstly, they're coming off of a loss in Philadelphia last weekend. Really an ugly game running into probably the NFC's top team right now. Score, 2 touchdowns they lost by. Could have probably been more. It was not a good game at all for the Steelers. Nearly were doubled in terms of time of possession. Offense only put up 163 total yards in that entire game. And now they come in here on a short week from Sunday to Saturday. They come into Baltimore on a short week, and they are going to be shorthanded. Once again, no George Pickens for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Still dealing with a hamstring injury. Maybe, just maybe, he can return on Wednesday when the Steelers host the Chiefs at Acrisure Stadium on Christmas Day. If not, you're probably looking at him returning in Week 18 against the Cincinnati Bengals, sort of give him a quick knocking off of the rust before entering into playoffs. Also out for the Steelers today, you have no Justin Fields. So you not only lose the threat of George Pickens being the most irreplaceable player on offense for the Steelers and being their biggest receiving target, you also lose, any potential subbing in a Justin Fields package to keep the Ravens defense uneasy. Also out for the Steelers, you have Deshon Elliott, safety for the Steelers, and he has been probably, other than Russell Wilson, the biggest addition to this Steelers team this past off season. Leads the team in tackles. Really, one of those guys you can stick up near the line, put him in the box. He's not afraid to stick his face in the fan, as you may say. So he is out today for the Steelers, as is Larry Ogunjobi, defensive lineman, Steelers Walter Payton Man of the Year. He is out with a groin. Tried testing it out before pregame here today. He is a no-go. And also corner Dante Jackson, who is out with a back. He's been banged up, pretty much all year long. Every other game or so, you see him down on the field and probably taking a series or two off, or, sitting out the rest of the game. But he really, up until this past week, hasn't had any sort of injury designation. But he is out today with a back. Those are always sort of unpredictable things. One morning you can wake up, it could be worse, it could be better. So no Dante Jackson, no Ogunjobi, no Elliott, no Pickens, no Justin Fields here today. So a lot of injured Steelers, and they are pretty vulnerable. Like I said, coming off a loss, you're down a couple of men, and you go into Baltimore, a division rival. You go into their house, and all the pressure is on them to win this game and keep their hopes of winning the AFC North alive. Meanwhile, you look at the Ravens. They have been much improved since these last two teams met. Of course, they lost 18-16 about a little over a month ago to the Steelers in Acrisure Stadium. So now, since then, they've brought in a defensive consultant, Dean Pease, who's really straightened out their defensive backs room, which has been, of course, their secondary, their worst part of the team up until this year. But now they've seemingly shored that up a bit. So you add their secondary being much improved, along with that stout defensive line against the run. And then, of course, we all know their offense, led by Lamar Jackson, having another MVP consideration year. But here's the big question: this is the first time ever that Lamar has faced the Steelers twice in the same year. And for how long he's been in the league in his career, that is kind of shocking and hard to believe, but it's true. This is the first time ever that Lamar Jackson is playing the Steelers twice in the same season. So we all know that the Steelers have been Lamar's boogeyman. He, for some reason, he'll throw 5 touchdowns for over, 300, 400 yards and probably run for 50 to 100 one week. And then he comes in and he plays the Steelers, and he looks like he could barely play football. The Steelers, for some reason, whether it's scheme or whether it's the man they just popped up on the screen right there, TJ Watt, which also Watt, good to see him after that worrying ankle injury at the end of the Philadelphia Eagles game. Watt is in, had no injury designation coming into this game. He might be limited in terms of his snap count. You really want to save him to get after Patrick Mahomes next here on Wednesday. But good to see him back. But yeah, Lamar Jackson, one of those players that the Steelers just have their number no matter what he does. And you got to wonder now that he's sort of gotten a rhythm and he's going to see them and be able to adjust seeing them twice in the same season, whether he's going to play like Lamar that Pittsburgh fans know or whether he's going to play like the Lamar that the rest of the league knows. So whether Lamar Jackson can slay his boogeyman today, that'll be interesting to see also. And, he's going to need to do that without some wide receivers. Nelson Aguilar has been ruled out for them. So he's, I believe, their number 3 wide receiver. Of course, we all know former Steelers wide receiver Deshon Johnson went to the Ravens at the trade deadline. He has since been waived, probably going to get claimed by some team on Monday, but he is no longer a Raven. So you got Zay Flowers and you got a one-legged Rashad Bateman. He was the 3rd wide receiver on the injury list for the Ravens. He was questionable with a foot, was walking around in a boot for most of the week. So, but he's active today. We'll see how big of an effect he is. But yeah, so the way I see this playing out is that if the Steelers are going to have a chance to win this game, down all their guys, they're going to need their defense to continue to be Lamar's boogeyman. And they are going to need Russell Wilson to play like the Hall of Fame caliber quarterback he is or he was. I heard the thing earlier this week. Ben Roethlisberger, if you took away Antonio Brown away from him, do you think Roethlisberger would be too hampered and, you would need to depend on the defense and think that the offense isn't going to do anything at all? That is no. Ben Roethlisberger, he would have found a way out, spread the ball to his other receivers. That is what Russell Wilson needs to do today. He needs to just work with what he's got, and he's got to improvise and bring out the best version of himself that he can today. One guy I want to see him throw a lot to today is Pat Freiermuth. You paid your tight end this offseason. You need to feed him the ball. When he's gotten targets, he's been making catches. Philadelphia game was maybe a tiny bit scuzzy in terms of ball control. I think back-to-back plays, he had a drop and then a fumble, but he got the fumble back. But it's not like Freiermuth is getting the ball and then pulling a Deshon Johnson and running backwards or hampering your team anyway. You need to feed 88. Tight ends are having a good year against this Ravens defense. So feed 88, feed 80, Darnell Washington. Get your tight ends involved because Arthur Smith likes to run heavy tight end sets. So if the Steelers are going to win this game, they need probably 1 or 2 turnovers on defense, more like 2. So let's see what they can do here today. Kickoff is about to get underway. But yeah, Steelers, they're going to need some splash from their defense, and they're going to need their offense to do as best they can without George Pickens. Meanwhile, the Ravens, like I said, they have all the pressure they need to win this game to keep their hopes of winning the AFC North and getting a home playoff game alive. So we'll see how it plays out. Will the Steelers clinch the division and continue their success against AFC North opponents this year? Or can Lamar Jackson finally, in back-to-back for the first time ever in his 2nd straight start against the Steelers, finally figure out and keep their hopes alive? Steelers are going to be kicking off, so they will get the ball to start the second half. Chris Boswell running up to the 35, and we are underway. Ravens and Steelers on Fox. It is a touchback. Second game in a row, actually. Tom Brady is on the call for the Steelers. Lots of people pointing out maybe, hey, he's bad luck for the Steelers, kind of like his playing days, but we'll have to see if that turns out true, if just everything Tom Brady touches when it involves the Steelers turns to crap. See Lamar Jackson there. Derrick Henry will start out to his right. We have a 2 tight end set Mark Andrews lined out as the wide receiver. Now Isaiah Likely in motion, handing it off to Derrick Henry. And Henry is going to get a good gain there to start, wrapped up by Patrick Queen. Gain of about 6, maybe 7 yards for King Henry there. Of course, much better than his start from the game back in Pittsburgh a handful of weeks ago. Of course, we remember Nick Herbig forcing a rare Derrick Henry fumble on, I think it was the second play of the game. Here's the second play of the game. Henry toting the rock again. He's got first down yardage and more up across the 45, and he's going to be tackled down up near midfield. First down for the Ravens, and this is not what you wanted to see a start for the Steelers. 2 good runs out of the gate. Derrick Henry and Landon Roberts tried to fill that gap, and good block by a Ravens offensive lineman. At exactly midfield, the ball is spotted. Justice Hill now in the game in the backfield. Zay Flowers from the right of formation to the left, and we got a screen pass to Flowers. He is going to get maybe a couple yards, probably around 3 there. Slow developing screen there. Steelers, Alex Highsmith jumping up, almost got a piece of it. Now we look at the Steelers' defense there. Of course, Montravius Adams for the second straight game filling in for Larry Ogunjobi on that line. So really you're going to depend on Adams, Benton, and of course Cam Hayward having a Pro Bowl year. You're going to depend on those 3 to clog up the middle of this line. 2nd and 7. Jackson stands at his own 48 here. They'll drop back the pass, throwing over the middle. It's going to be caught by Zay Flowers. Wrapped up immediately by Joey Porter Jr., but it's another first down for the Ravens. And if you're the Steelers, you cannot afford to give up a first drive score. Your offense probably going to not be at its best here today. The defense is going to need to get some good stops against this Ravens team. And you cannot afford to put your offense behind the 8 ball early. 1st and 10 here from the 34. Derrick Henry is going to run it left here, and he's going to get stopped immediately there. Great job in a rare defensive snap there for number 93. That is Mark Robinson, core special teamer. Had a forced fumble, actually, last week in the Eagles game on the punt unit. Cooper DeJean was going to return it, and Mark Robinson knocked it free. He stops Derrick Henry there for no gain. 2nd and 10 now. At the Ravens, 34.5. Henry to Lamar's right. Faking the handoff, dropping back the pass is Lamar. And Lamar got the ball back loose! And who's got it? The ball came loose! It was not! And they're going to say it's going to be Baltimore's ball. Ronnie Stanley, the left tackle, fell on it. I don't think that was a forward pass. No, that was a fumble all the way. Alex Highsmith getting around the left tackle, Ronnie Stanley, knocked the ball loose, and Stanley cleaning up his mess that he made there. He was the one who grabbed it. Actually got his hands on it before it hit the turf, so that's going to be a loss of 9. 3rd and 19 now. Lamar back to pass again. Lamar, he's got pressure all around him. Keanu Benton rolling out to the right. Throwing, it's going to be incomplete. Looking for his safety valve, Justice Hill there. Actually, Lamar scrambled so far back. He was looking for Hill, who was at the line of scrimmage, and he had a man all over him. So 4th and 19, a great response by the Steelers. They gave up a couple of first downs, but a stuffed run, a forced fumble that was recovered by the offense, and now a stop that results in a punt by Stout. This ball is going to hit at the 4, and did they keep it out? They did. What a play by the Ravens special teams. I believe that was number 16. And yeah, that did not hit the goal line. Tylan Wallace, number 16. a main special teamer for this Ravens team. He went end over end, but knocked the ball back to the 3-yard line. The Ravens are going to have the Steelers offense pinned back inside their own 5 when we return. 10 of you in here right now. I've seen that number bump up to 13. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Also, feel free to like and share the stream and comment in the live chat. We can pop those up and start a bit of a conversation. Battle for the AFC North. Steelers about to get the ball for the first time today when we get back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Steelers defense getting off the field on the Ravens' first offensive drive of the game. Just showed a pretty cool little package there of all of the hate in this rivalry. Really, speaking on behalf of all Steelers fans, this rivalry between the Ravens and Steelers, it is hate-filled, but it is a rivalry also filled with some respect. So these two teams who run the North battling for the title today. First drive of the game for this offense without George Pickens or Justin Fields. From the 3-yard line, Najee Harris gets the handoff, and he'll give the Steelers a little bit more breathing room. Gain of about 5 yards, maybe 4 there for the black and gold. So they move up from the 3 up a little bit past the 5. Probably expecting, I would expect a good game from Najee Harris here today. Really, the game that put the nail in the coffin for the Steelers, the play from that Eagles game, was the Najee Harris fumble. I think he might have a very good game here today. From the Steelers 7, 2nd and 5, Harris toting the rock again, running right up the middle. And he'll make it 3rd and short here for the Steelers. Another good pickup there. Make it 3rd and manageable. Darnell Washington now heading off the field. Of course, showing George Pickens in there. You're going to rely on the wide receiver trio of Van Jefferson, Calvin Austin, and Mike Williams for the most part in this game. If you're the Steelers without George Pickens, if any one of those guys are going to break out today, it would probably be Calvin Austin, the speedster of the group. Wilson dropping back the pass here, 3rd and 2, rolling out to the left, throwing. He took a shot, throwing it away. Wilson got decked, 4th and 2. No flag on the play. Ravens were looking for one there, maybe for intentional grounding. They're not going to get it. And now it's Kyle Van Noy, number 53. And now we do have a penalty here. It is an illegal shift on the offense. Bill Vinovich, the referee, his crew their most called penalty, I think, this year, pass interference on the defense. So that penalty is declined. It's going to be 4th and 2 here. Courtlis Waitman, Steelers punter for all but one game of this year. That was the first game. He stands in his own end zone, and without any pressure, he's going to get this ball away. It's going to be a good punt here, fielded by number 35, former Steeler Desmond King, running up the middle. Desmond King fumbled the ball. It's loose, and the Ravens fall on it again. Oh, my. The second time the Ravens have fumbled here today. It was Desmond King, number 35, the punt returner, one-time Steeler. He had the ball ripped loose by James Pierre. The ball rolled forward into Steelers territory, and it was number 49, Board, who fell on it. The Ravens coughing up the ball, but getting another break, falling on it. Might just be one of those games, looking at this early on, where the Steelers, they're not going to get the bounces their way. We'll see if the defense can get another stop when we get back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly 9 minutes on the clock in this first quarter. Ravens offense starting their second drive of the game, and with good field position at the Steelers 41. The handoff here to Derrick Henry running up the middle. Henry is going to break through a bunch of tackles there and get a first down run, gain of 11. Derrick Henry running well out of the gates here for the Ravens. Now moving from the 41 up to just a hair past the 30 in Steelers territory. 3 wide receiver bunch to the left of the formation. Henry to Lamar's right, handoff to Henry again, and Henry's got space, running down to the 20, tackled low by DeMonte Casey, but another first down, back-to-back first down runs for Derrick Henry. And just a big hole on the left side of that offensive line. Preston Smith filling in for Alex Highsmith on that rep. He went and chased Lamar which opened up the lane for Henry to get big yardage. 1st and 10 now in the red zone at the Steelers 17. Henry for a 3rd time. Henry bouncing off TJ Watt, I think that was, and running to the right. He's finally going to get tackled down just a yard short of the 1st down marker again. So Derrick Henry, he is getting fed here, and it is working for the Ravens. Second and 1 now. 7:10 left in the 1st quarter. And now we got a Steelers down on the ground. That looks like it's Joey Porter Jr. And the fans are going to be booing here. The Ravens were about to line up to run a play, and as the camera changed the angle there, Porter was sitting on the ground. So wonder what's up with him. He was in on the tackle of Derrick Henry, and Joey Porter, one of those taller, slender corners. Yeah, he went and he tackled Henry there, and in the process got ran over. Pretty much just throwing his body in the way of Derrick Henry, but he's going to, need to continue doing that, even though he's a little banged up here. It seems like the Ravens, after losing the fumble, or not losing the fumble, they fumbled, Lamar did, on a passing play, and really all of their passes except for one did not work on that first drive, but all of their runs for Derrick Henry did. And probably you'll see Henry get the ball probably 2 or 3 more times, really, however many times it takes him to punch this ball into the end zone from the 11-yard line, especially now he's caught his breath here with this injury timeout. So Porter is walking off, arm around a staff here, walking under his own power, at least. He might shake off whatever bruise he's got on him here, and now into the ball game for him. That is number 27, Corey Trice. Trice, this is his first game, I think, since week 2 or week 3. He was dealing with a hamstring injury, activated off of IR with a healthy scratch, and now it's in there for Porter. And Henry here, he's going to get a yard and a half here. Looks like he got just enough for a new set of downs. It'll be 1st and goal for the Ravens. And yeah, it is going to be a 1st down. Of course, they popping up the graphic there. First 9 weeks of the season, the Steelers' red zone defense, the best in the league. Since then, one of the worst. Cam Sutton lined up with Zay Flowers at the top of the screen. Henry is going to get met in the backfield and stopped on that running attempt. Multiple bodies, Alex Highsmith, Cam Hayward, the two main guys in on that stop. Henry ran to the left, and Cam Hayward, big man meets bigger man there. And the Ravens now, it'll be 2nd and goal from the 9. Lamar faking the toss here to Henry, throwing, and it's wide open and into the end zone. That is Isaiah Likely, who, especially this season, has developed quite a connection with Lamar Jackson. Lamar, it was a play that was a designed rollout to the right. He faked the handoff toss to Derrick Henry, and nobody followed Isaiah Likely. He was wide open, catching that ball at the 3-yard line and walking his way into the end zone. So the Ravens, they draw first blood from the left hash here. Justin Tucker on for the extra point, and it is good. So Tucker, of course, everybody knows the struggle he is having this season, kicking the ball. No issue there. Ravens up 7-0. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Steelers, absolutely no answer for Derrick Henry on that last drive. He carries the Ravens all the way down inside the 10-yard line, and respecting the talent and physicality of Derrick Henry, they leave Isaiah Likely wide open for an easy touchdown catch. Kickoff here is going to be received by Cordero Patterson, running to the right, now cutting back, and he is going to get wrapped up and finally brought down. I believe his forward progress was stopped at about the 25-yard line. That was just an absolute rainbow of a kickoff for Justin Tucker. Patterson caught that ball at around the Steelers' 10 and only could get it out to maybe just past the 20. Second drive of the game for the Steelers offense. Again, if you're just joining, no George Pickens, no Justin Fields. It is all on Russell Wilson. And aside from Pat Freiermuth, the band of misfits for the receivers here today. Starting from the Steelers 27, actually throwing over the middle, and that is a caught ball there by Ben Skowronek. That long, luscious blonde locks of Ben Skowronek. He's been one heck of a special teamer for the Steelers this season. He gets the first reception of the game for the Steelers, up over the top there and immediately to the sideline. So, as I maybe disparage the Steelers' weapons, they say, how about this? Faking the handoff to Warren. Now looking back there, Wilson, he is going to take a big sack there, and that is the big man, number 58, Pierce, Michael Pierce. I think his first name is Michael. Big man in the middle of that Ravens defensive line. Wilson took a deep drop off of that fake handoff, and the Steelers lose 10. Ravens exchanging players on the field. Now they get their right players out there who are trying to communicate. 2nd and 20 from their own 34. Dump off here to Jaylen Warren, running right up the middle there, trying to get as much yardage as he could. He'll make it 3rd and half decent for the Steelers there. Jaylen Warren. Steelers receiving back. Now Pittsburgh running tempo here. Ravens trying to get the play call in. Russ back to pass. Russ now looking, trying to scramble away. He does, running to the left, throwing it in, is going to be caught there. Sliding grab by Ben Skowronek. Great improvising there by Russell Wilson, outrunning 2 Ravens defenders. And Ben Skowronek getting space there and sliding down for the first down. That was Adafe Owe and another Ravens defender. The Steelers from the Ravens 45 now. Handoff, Jaylen Warren. Holding, running to the right, and he is going to get a good gain of about 8, maybe 9 if they're generous yards right there. So the Steelers offense, after a 3-and-out, their first go-around, having much better success here. 8 of you in here right now. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Feel free to comment in the live chat. We can pop those up on the screens and have a conversation. That way we're at 228 subscribers. Wilson looking to pass here. Got time, rolling out to the right, directing a man to come back to him and making the catch for the first down. That is Meatball Connor Hayward. Captain Cam Hayward on the defense. Walter Payton Man of the Year, and having an all-pro season is his brother Cam. Connor Hayward getting his first target and catch of the day. Showing Steelers offensive coordinator Arthur Smith. Of course, without George Pickens, they're going to try to play into his 2 favorite things. That is play action and using multiple tight ends. Under center here is Wilson on 1st and 10 from the Ravens 33. It's a pitch play to Jaylen Warren. Warren up past the line of scrimmage, still on his feet and tackled down. So much like his run on first down on the last series, a gain of 8 yards there for the Oos, Jaylen Warren. 2nd and 1 now. Clock is ticking down here in this first quarter. 1 minute, 27 seconds. And going. Wilson under center again. Handoff again is to Warren. And Warren is going to get first down yardage after being wrapped up there by number 95. That is Tavius Robinson, I do believe. So first down again, picked up there by the offense. And this is exactly the drive that you needed if you are the Steelers. Your defense, no response for Derrick Henry, their last time on the field. The offense getting a lengthy drive here from the Ravens 22. 2 tight ends at the bottom of the screen. Faking the handoff to Harris. Wilson firing over the middle. It's caught! And down at the 1 is Van Jefferson. Jefferson, who's been the Steelers' number 2 for most of this year. Finding space over the middle. He was tackled down by Washington, the safety, just before he could get into the end zone. But the Steelers now at the Ravens 1. And now we have the ending of the first quarter. So the Steelers are going to start quarter number 2 from the 1-yard line. Great response drive so far by this offense. When we get back, they're going to look to punch it in for 6 and hopefully tie the game. We'll be back here in a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 9 of you in here right now. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Also, feel free to like and share this stream and comment in the live chat. We are at 228 subscribers, and they just showed Ben Skoranek there running towards the tunnel, probably back to the Steelers locker room, so hopefully he's all right. Russell Wilson, this drive, 5 for 5. Steelers inside the Ravens 5 at the 1. First quarter just ended. This is the first play of the second quarter from the 1. Heavy set here. Connor Hayward as the fullback. Taking the handoff to Najee Harris, throwing it, and it's caught. What a play! What a catch there! That is tight end number 3, number 81, Michael Pruitt. A fake handoff to Najee Harris. It looked like it was Najee territory where you just hand it off to him and he jumps over the line. But what a hands catch there by Michael Pruitt. The Steelers an extra point away from tying this ball game, and that is going to cap off one heck of a response drive for this Steelers offense. Chris Boswell. Kick is up and it is good, so the extra point will tie this ball game at 7. What a great drive there by the offense. Like I said before the last break, your defense just had no response for Derrick Henry. They were giving up big plays left and right. The offense needed at the very least, a lengthy drive, get a couple of first downs, let your defense settle down a bit. And they not only do that, but Russell Wilson, perfect on that drive. Jaylen Warren, also phenomenal on the ground. And yeah, showing the replay there, a very difficult catch by Michael Pruitt, and credit to him. That was all hands, and what a grab. Mike Tomlin fired up, letting out a big woo on the sideline. And the Steelers back in it. 10 plays, 73 yards, nearly 6 minutes off the clock. Chris Boswell, his kickoff is going to hit at the 1 and bounce into the Ravens end zone there, where it is knelt down for a touchback. And another thing, though, just popping up there, Steelers took nearly 6 minutes of clock on that drive, and that was really something that the Steelers are going to need to continue to do for the rest of this game. Control the clock, keep Lamar and Derrick Henry off the field. That is what they did there. 10 plays, 73 yards. And now the Ravens are going to look to continue their work here on offense. They just popped up their 2 injury updates. It was Ben Skoranek, who I said was running back to the tunnel. He is questionable with a hip. Lamar Jackson on first down, throwing here, and it is incomplete. 2 receivers in the area. That was Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews. Questionable about which one Jackson was throwing to there. Nonetheless, pass falls incomplete. Also, a second Steeler who is questionable to return in this ball game, and that is Joey Porter Jr. We saw him the last time the Steelers were on the field on defense. He was limping off the field. He is questionable with a calf injury after a tackle of Derrick Henry. Lamar Jackson scrambling up the middle here. He is going to have maybe 8 yards for the time being here. Let's see here. We do have a flag down. Our second laundry of the game here. and it is an illegal use of hands to the face on Corey Trice. So Lamar Jackson scrambles for 8 yards. Gonna have some more yardage tacked onto it. And yeah, right off of the jump there, Trice lined up against Rashad Bateman, just clipping his face mask there. Of course, once again, Corey Trice, this is his first game back active. Missed a good chunk of this season with a hamstring injury. Was a healthy scratch the past couple of games. Now filling in today for an injured Dante Jackson, who is out. Derrick Henry, his first down run there, going to get 4 yards on the play. Henry already 9 rushes today for 56 yards. If you're the Steelers, you got to treat Derrick Henry almost like you did Saquon Barkley. And now we have a flag here, and it looks like we got a false start on the offense. And we do. We got a false start on the offense, and that is on the fullback. Patrick Ricard, defensive lineman turned fullback. One of the more rarer positions left in this day and age for football. Of course, Ricard, the best fullback. Like I said, former D lineman turned to that position. He is a big help for this Ravens already dangerous running game. 2nd and 11. Jackson dropping back the pass. He's got Alex Highsmith after him. Now throwing, and it is going to be incomplete to Zay Flowers. He took a hit there from James Pierre just to make sure that ball was going to be incomplete. We do have another flag down. And oh no. This is going to be on the defense for roughing the passer. And no, it is a holding on the offense. So the Steelers, especially Alex Highsmith, getting some success here on this Ravens offensive line. Holding that time was on the center, Linderbaum. The penalty was declined, so it's 3rd and 11. Jackson had Flowers on that pass with the pressure bearing down on him. It was just too high off the hands of his receiver. 3 wide receivers set to the right of the formation. Jackson back to pass. Now scrambling out to the right. Looking downfield, throws, and it was tipped on the way to Rashad Bateman. P.J. Watt in pursuit. He got his hands up and got a finger on that ball. So another great job there. The Steelers, big guns of Highsmith and Watt coming through right there. Ravens are going to punt again. Stout, the punter, stands at his 27, and this punt is away, and it is going right towards the sideline. That was not a good punt there. Let's see where they mark this. That punt just made a beeline and hit over near the benches on the Steelers sideline. They are going to spot that at the 40, so not a good punt at all there for the Ravens. The Steelers getting a little bit of a break there. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. They officially spotted that ball at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 here for the Steelers. Wilson looking to pass. He'll dump it off here to Jalen Warren, making one man miss, making two man miss. And a 1st down play there for Jalen Warren. The Steelers receiving back, doing exactly that right there. Shifty as ever, Jalen Warren staying hot there. And the Steelers playing some great complimentary football right now. The Ravens, they got a touchdown. The Steelers offense got those points back, and the defense got the stop. 1st and 10 here from the Ravens 45. Russell Wilson faking the handoff, rolling out to his left. Wilson, he's now going to run up past the 40, and Wilson's going to slide there. Tackled down very gently there by Roquan Smith, but a good play there by Russell Wilson. Kept his eyes downfield until the very last second, and still showing he's got some running left in those legs. Great job there by Russ. 2nd and 3. 12:20 remaining in this first half of play. From the 37, Michael Pruitt motions in closer to the formation on the right. Handoff to Najee Harris, running forward. Harris breaks through the first line of defense and gets up past the 30. 1st down for the Steelers. Great run there by Najee Harris. Finds the lane. Great job by the left side of that offensive line. Moore, Seumalo, and Frazier, with McCormick also helping open up a lane there. Toss here to Harris. Running to the left. Harris is going to get about 4 here. Tackled by the safety, Kyle Hamilton, who held him where he was for the Ravens to come in and help finish off the tackle. 8 of you beautiful people in here right now. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I forgot to check the subscriber total before coming in here today. I think the last I checked it, it was at 225. We're up to 228. Wilson here, 2nd and 6. After looking to pass, he's going to run it here. Wilson inside the 10, and he lost the ball. Please fell on it. Please tell me he fell on it. And the Ravens have the ball. Oh, no. Do they? We have no signal yet from the referees. Wilson dropped back the pass, ran up to the right, and it's Ravens ball. Wilson tucked the ball and ran to right. He had tons of daylight. He had the 1st down and was inside the 10. And I have no idea, it might have been Washington. Wilson tried to make one last juke, and the ball got knocked free. The Ravens recovered. That is so untimely. The Steelers offense, for really the first time in the past, going back to the Eagles game, for the first time in 2 weeks, they finally were looking good, finding their groove, and they shoot themselves in the foot right there. And that's really only one of the only hiccups for Russell Wilson. And that goes back to last year with the Broncos, is ball security. He's been pretty decent with it so far this year, but couldn't do it right there. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, everybody. A short break. It doesn't get any better seeing it over and over again. That was Washington, who went for a low tackle on Wilson, hit him in the right calf, and that sent Wilson into a tailspin. So Washington didn't even make contact with the ball. It was just the force of the hit in the tailspin that jarred it loose. From the Ravens 4, Derrick Henry here, rolling out to the right, and he barely gets tripped up and down, or else he might still be running right now. Looking to get some more room out of the shadow of their goal line. Derrick Henry was looking to run up the middle. It was clogged up, tried to bounce out to the right, and I think that was TJ Watt who got just enough to trip him up and down to the ground. Second and 8 now from the Ravens 6. Jackson with Henry to his right, looking to pass. Throwing it, it is going to be caught by Isaiah Likely. And that is a first down for the Ravens. Passing it from their own 6. The connection of Jackson and Likely. It was the rookie from West Virginia, Beanie Bishop, on the coverage. And a near 20-yard gain for the Ravens right there. From their 25 now, 9:40 remaining in the quarter. Delayed handoff here to Justice Hill, who will now run forward for 4 or 5 yards, tackled by Peyton Wilson. Fox also, as we were coming back from break there, maybe trying to jinx the Steelers defense. They popped up. The Steelers have only allowed 17 total points off of turnovers by the offense this season. That is the fewest in the NFL. From the 29.5, Hill again with his hair on fire up the left sideline, and finally tripped up and knocked out of bounds, and he is down and hurt. And he might be knocked out. Hill is not moving. He might be knocked out. He's knocked out. Justice Hill. A big run up the left sideline, and yeah, he's out. DeMonte Casey tripped him up at the legs, running up the sideline, and Hill landed right shoulder first on the ground, and his head hitting the ground as well. I hope that he's going to be all right. We'll be back. Never want to see that. We'll be back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Justice Hill up and walking on the Ravens sideline. That is very good to see, as he just took a big spill off of that Devontae Casey tackle. Got knocked out cold, but at least he is up and walking under his own power on that Ravens sideline. Ravens did get a first set of downs off of that run from the Steelers 45. Jackson back the pass, throwing over the middle, wide open to Zay Flowers. Flowers looking for space, and he's not going to get it there. And a flag comes in. I think the Steelers got his face mask. And Flowers pointing that out to the Steelers defenders. So the defense there going to get a penalty tacked on. And yep, that was Micah Fitzpatrick who got a big handful of Flowers' face mask there. Ravens driving here. Almost halfway through this second quarter, 8:23 and counting. From the Steelers red zone, this is from the 16. Jackson designed quarterback run and running up the middle and only going to get a couple of yards here. His offensive lineman fell down on the play or got taken down by the Steelers D-line there. Second and 8 now. And yep, just like that, as expected, Hill is going to be out for the rest of the game with a concussion. So it'll be Derrick Henry, and I'm pretty unfamiliar with who's left behind Derrick Henry other than Justice Hill. So we'll have to see who they put in to give Henry a spell. Throwing here to the end zone and incomplete. Jackson had time to pass. He was looking for Mark Andrews, and the pass was high. Great coverage there by the former Raven himself, Patrick Queen. Pass was high. Not sure Andrews was going to make the catch anyways. But great job there by Patrick Queen, who I'm sure is very fired up, just like the game between these two back in Pittsburgh a handful of weeks ago. I think the long snapper of the Ravens said something, disparaging towards Queen. Jackson again throwing for the end zone, and it is caught by Rashad Bateman. The Ravens back on top. The second touchdown pass of the game for Lamar Jackson. This time to a one-legged Rashad Bateman. He was questionable coming into this game, got injured during the week, was walking around in a boot for most of the week. And his foot looks perfectly fine there. Dragging the left foot with the right foot down. Justin Tucker on for the extra point here. Snap down. Hold is good. Kick is good. So the Ravens go back on top. They capitalize off of the Russell Wilson fumble. And with 7:28 left in the first half, they're back on top by a touchdown. We'll be back in a minute. 9 of you in here right now. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like, share the live stream, and comment in the live chat. We'll be back in a moment. Thank you all very much for joining me here this evening. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 7:28 left in this second quarter. TJ Watt getting chipped by Derrick Henry on that touchdown pass for Lamar Jackson. Rashad Bateman working on the safety, DeMonte Casey there. And it's very evident so far in this game, just like in the Eagles game last week, that the Steelers are missing some, not key players, but some pretty important regulars on defense in Deshon Elliott, especially Larry Ogunjobi. And now the offense, which on back-to-back drives, they were driving. Russell Wilson, Jaylen Warren have been the biggest reasons behind the Steelers' offensive success so far. But it was that Wilson fumble inside the 5 that now has this game at 14-17 in favor of Baltimore. Wilson under center here on 1st and 10 from the 30. Faking the handoff to Warren, looking to pass. Russ with time now scrambling out to the right, and he is just going to throw it away into the Steelers' bench. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. You hope that Wilson fumble didn't immensely shift the tides of this game. Again, the Steelers, after giving up the first touchdown of the game to the Ravens, the offense had a good long drive, got those points back. The defense had a stop, and then it looked like the Steelers were about to get another touchdown. But now the momentum has shifted. Wilson on 2nd and 10, back to pass. Throwing over the middle, and it's caught, but only for a gain of 4 yards there. That is Mike Williams, the Steelers' trade deadline acquisition at wide receiver. He's going to play the role of George Pickens as best as he can once again in this game as the Steelers' deep threat. Not so much of a deep threat on that catch. It's now 3rd and 5. The crowd ramping up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. 3rd and 5 with 6:40 remaining in the quarter and counting down. Wilson motioning Warren back in from the wide receiver position. They did not get the play off. Or let's see, did they get the timeout in? And they just got it in. Russell Wilson was trying to motion his guys in, trying to get the play off as quick as he could. The clock hit 0, but Mike Tomlin just got the play in. Wilson was changing the play and was late getting Warren back in. Warren was lined up as a wide receiver, and he tried to get Warren back into the backfield, and Tomlin just getting the timeout in there in time. 3rd and 5. It would be a big help for the Steelers not to have a 3-and-out here. First down marker is the 40-yard line from their own 35.5. Warren is the back to Wilson's left hip. Now to the right goes Warren. Looking to pass is Wilson, and he's going to get sacked. The Ravens do get the 3-and-out. A great stunt rush there by Matabike. Kyle Van Noy was also near Wilson when he went down. The Ravens front dominating the Steelers front there. And this is going to be fair caught here on the punt at the 28 by Desmond King. So the Ravens offense is going to come back onto the field. They're up by 14. And the way their offense is looking, they may be adding on to that lead here soon. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, everybody. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel, like and share this stream, and comment in the live chat. The Steelers on their heels right now. It all started with the Russell Wilson fumble. Since then, the Ravens have scored a touchdown and gotten a 3-and-out on defense. If the Steelers are going to get momentum back, the defense is going to need to step up in a big way on this drive. The Ravens will start from their own 28, 1st and 10. Derrick Henry to Lamar's left hip. He is going to get the rock here and run forward for maybe 3 or 4 yards there. 5:43 remaining in the second quarter of play. The Ravens still have all 3 of their timeouts. Steelers have 2 remaining. Ravens already 100 yards on the ground today. 2nd and 6. Jackson looking to pass. Quick hitter here to Zay Flowers, who's going to get the first down and finally get dragged down by Corey Trice. And we still, I haven't really been paying too much attention to the Steelers personnel on defense. We have not seen Joey Porter Jr. since he exited the game earlier in the first quarter. I'll look for him here on this setup. Zay Flowers, 3 receptions, 37 yards on the day already. And yeah, no Joey Porter Jr. It is Corey Trice and James Pierre. Lamar here on 1st and 10, rolling to the right. He is going to throw back across his body, and it's going to be caught by... No, they're going to say incomplete. If not, that is a fumble picked up by James Pierre and ran the other way. Jackson throwing across his body to the other side of the field, and it was broken up, looking for Zay Flowers, broken up by Micah Fitzpatrick. And yeah, that was incomplete all the way. Great pass coverage there by Minka, who, of course, is facing a lot of backlash this year for his lack of splash plays as the Steelers' top safety. Lamar is going to tuck it here and run it on 2nd and 10, and he is going to be stopped after a gain of maybe 3 yards there. Faked the handoff to Henry and pulled it. 3rd and 7 now. Jackson just hitting for 50% of his passes for 79 yards in this game. Third and 7 now. Steelers showing that they might rush 5 here. Maybe even 6. They rush 4, actually. And now making the catch on the pass is Mark Andrews. First down. Corey Trice was the man in coverage yet again. New set of downs now on the Steelers side of the field. Handoff here to Derrick Henry. He is going to break through the first line. Still on his feet. First down. And finally down at the 35. Derrick Henry could have been stopped maybe 2 times there. Spun out of a duo of Steelers tacklers there. That was Peyton Wilson and DeMonte Casey. Spun out of a dual tackle from those two and got the first down. New set of downs for the Ravens at the Steelers, 34.5. Handoff to Henry again, and this time he's going to get no gain. He might even lose a yard. Penetration there by Montravius Adams. Henry will head off the field here. They're actually going to give him a yard gain on that? Huh. I thought they had him tackled for, at most, no loss, but apparently they're going to give him a 9. It has to be 2nd and 9, with the 9 really being like 9.5 or something here. But regardless, the 2-minute warning has hit. The Ravens lead this one 14-7, and they may be already in field goal range here. They're going to try to put up more points while at the same time winding down the clock before half. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Second and 9 for the Ravens here. 2-minute warning. First half is winding down. And the Ravens having all the momentum here, trying to go up 2 scores. Second and 9 from the Steelers, 35. Lamar back to pass, a deep drop here, throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete in front of Zay Flowers. Jackson took a very deep drop there, and he probably threw that ball maybe 20, 30 yards to try to gain 10 or 15 there. Third and 9 now. If you're the Steelers here, you need to just at least hold them to 3 here. Third and 9. Henry to Jackson's right. 3 wide receivers set at the top of the screen. Jackson back to pass. He's looking. He is going to flick it here out to Isaiah. Likely he's got to go a long ways, and he is not going to get there. Tackled just beyond the line of scrimmage. So the Steelers defense is going to get a stop here, and they're going to burn a timeout here. 1:48 left on the clock. That is the second timeout for the Steelers. Justin Tucker is going to come on to kick a field goal here for the Ravens. Of course, have yet to see what the length on this kick is, but again, Tucker, he has not been good this season. Far from what he usually is, which is one of the best kickers in the NFL. This is going to be from the left hash, a 51-yard attempt. Snap was a little wide, but the kick is up, and it is good. Great handle there by the holder, Stout. That snap was a little bit outside, but he reeled it back in. And the kick from Tucker was good. So the Ravens now up by 10. But if you're the Steelers, with everything that has transpired since the Russell Wilson fumble, you're just going to gladly take the Ravens settling for 3 right there. 1:43 remaining, 1 timeout. Still some time left here for the Steelers. You, at the very least, want to get a field goal here. Make it a 1-score game. You'll then have a chance to get a double score receiving the ball out of halftime. Again, for those of you who may have just joined throughout this one could be pretty much for the AFC North. Steelers win, they clinch the division. The Ravens win, they keep their chances of winning the AFC North alive. And they have a much easier schedule last 2 games of the season than the Steelers do. Jackson, of course, talking with one of his coaches, very animated there. Probably for a play call on that last drive. Kickoff was a touchback. Russell Wilson and the Steelers offense back to work, needing to figure out whatever mojo they had for a drive and a half once again. Hand off to Jalen Warren running to the left, and he is going to get a gain of 4 yards. Clock rolling, under a minute and a half now. Steelers are going to go hurry up offense here. 2-minute drill. Wilson back to pass. Throwing short here. It's caught by Mike Williams, and he is not going to get out of bounds. He was tackled down inbounds by number 21, Stevens. Did get the first, but the clock continues to roll. 1:07. Russ takes the snap, throws. It's going to be caught here by Calvin Austin, and he's going to get tackled inbounds. So the Steelers are unable to get out of bounds on back-to-back passes. They still have not taken a timeout. 48 seconds left now. Steelers at the Ravens 48. Wilson scrambling out to the right. Now he's going to throw it. It's going to be out of bounds, incomplete on the throwaway. Stops the clock at 41 seconds. Again, popping up the stakes here. Ravens looking to clinch playoffs. Steelers looking to clinch the division. 3rd and 4. Steelers at the Ravens 48. First down marker is the 49 on Ravens territory. Russ throwing a bullet here. It's going to be caught by Freiermuth at the sticks. First down. Steelers are continuing to let the clock roll. 28 seconds now. Wilson, got to get a play off here. He does now. Looking to pass. Throwing over the middle with room to run is Warren. Warren's got first down yardage and more down at the, I believe, 35-yard line. And now the Steelers are going to take their final timeout with 16 ticks left on the clock. So a great job by the Steelers to, albeit by dink and dunks. And wow, the Ravens, they got away with a face mask there. Warren on the spin move there after the reception. Ravens defender got their arm on the ball, but with that, their arm rode up into the face mask of Warren and might have gotten a little grab there. They put 1 second back on the clock at 17 seconds. Steelers gonna need a quick play here. They are just on the outskirts of field goal range. It would be one heck of a kick to make for Chris Boswell. From the 35. Need a quick hitter and possibly get it up to the line and spike it. Warren to Wilson's right. Russ takes the snap. Now he's going to run up the middle here. Design quarterback run and slides down. Gets probably about 2 or 3 yards there. Referee's going to spot the ball. 7 seconds, 6, 5, and it is clocked by Wilson with 5 seconds remaining. And the field goal unit is going to come on. So the offense does their part, getting down inside field goal range for Chris Boswell. I'm not even going to say what he has done this year. This will be a 51-yard attempt. So just like what Tucker kicked a minute ago, this kick from Boswell, just like Tucker, is also good. So the clock hits double zeros, and the Steelers, a good ending to the first half. They do what they could with the time they were given. Offense does their part, gets them in field goal range. Defense, or I should say the field goal unit, also does their part and puts 3 points up on the board. It is 17-10. Steelers do get the ball to start the second half. This game has had some twists and turns, a lot of shifts in momentum. We'll see what the second half has in store after halftime. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Feel free to like and share this stream and comment in the live chat. I'll be back after half. Gonna catch my breath, get a drink of water. We'll be back after half. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to kick off the second half here. Steelers will be getting the ball, receiving this opening kickoff. While I was over the break away from the screen, Shauna Houston. Hello, Shauna. How are you this fine evening? If you haven't already, Shauna, please subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it very, very much. Also, feel free to keep commenting here in this live chat throughout the remainder of the night. And Jaylen Warren and Cordero Patterson are back to receive. Steelers a chance to double score here. They put up a field goal at the end of the first half, and really this game has come down to one play, and that was the Russell Wilson fumble that changed the entire complexion of this game, really shifted the tide in favor of the Ravens. So now we got to get things going again on offense here. Wilson, so far in the ball game today, 12 for 16 for a $110 and a touchdown. He has taken 2 sacks and fumbled. First play of the second half here. Wilson has Warren on his left hip. Heavy tight end presence. Warren running to the left. With the flow of players, he's going to get tackled for no gain here. So the Steelers' first play of that new half has nothing brewing. Second and 10 now from the 30. Wilson faking the handoff, rolling to the right, looking downfield, throwing, and it's going to be incomplete at the feet of Van Jefferson. So not a good start here. They're going to need to pick up a big play here on 3rd and 10. Arthur Smith on the sideline, waiting to see some success from the Steelers. Adjustments from the first half. Again, they had some success, but now it's just a matter of getting back on track. 3rd and 10. Wilson takes the snap, dropping back the pass. He's got pressure from the right side and throwing it. It's going to hit the dirt. Or no, they're going to say it's a catch by Van Jefferson, but he's 3 yards, 4 yards short of the first down marker. Kyle Hamilton, the safety, blitzed off of the left side. And Jaylen Warren was late picking up the block on Hamilton. And Wilson had to get rid of that ball in a hurry. Steelers are going to punt. Cortlis Waitman from the 20 gets the kick away. This one is going to hit at the 20 and 25 and take a good roll down to the 8-yard line. So a good punt there for Cortlis Waitman. And the Ravens offense is now going to make a return to the field and look to go up by 2 scores yet again. We'll be back here in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Ravens about to get the ball on offense for the first time in this second half. Lamar Jackson so far today, 8 for 15, 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. And a great sign here for this Steelers defense. Joey Porter Jr., for the first time since the first quarter, is out on the field. Had a calf injury, was questionable to return, and things were looking down for him, but now he is back in there. Derrick Henry getting his first touch of the second half, and like we've seen a handful of times already here in this game, a first down run for another first down. 6 of you in here right now. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Feel free to comment in the live chat like our good friend Shauna here, who says hi. Another run here for Henry. He's tripped up after a gain of 3, but we have a flag here. Whistle came in, and we got a false start. So there we go. A false start. That is on the left tackle, Ronnie Stanley. Looking maybe to get out of the gates a little early there, as Alex Highsmith has gotten around him a couple of times in this contest. One of which, on the Ravens' first drive of the game, caused a fumble, but he is the Raven who fell back on it. 1st and 10 turns into 1st and 15. The Ravens from their own 13.5-yard line here. Jackson looking to pass. Throwing one out of the backfield. It's Henry making the catch, and now trying to get yardage after the catch. He will get a little bit there. 1st and 15 is going to turn into about 2nd and 6 here. TJ Watt could not get around the rookie right tackle for the Ravens, Roger Rosengarten there. Tackle of Henry was made by a handful of Steelers. Make it 2nd and 4. The official spotting. Handoff here is Jackson keeping it, and he's got a first down there. Great fake handoff there by Jackson. Had us a bit fooled. And Jackson, even though he took in the handoff and ran to the left, fooled Alex Highsmith. Didn't get too far there. First and 10 again from the 30. Jackson back to pass. Throwing here on a crosser. It's Mark Andrews, and he cannot spin out of the tackle. Joey Porter Jr. getting just enough of the tight end to bring him down. Second and 5 now from the 34. Jackson, hand off to Henry, running up to the left a bit, and he's going to get wrapped up by Isaiah Loudermilk. And it's going to be 3rd and 1 here for the Ravens. Third and not even a 1. Hand off here to Henry. Henry is going to get tackled down in the backfield. The Ravens do not get it. Making a play in the Ravens' backfield. That is the veteran linebacker, Landon Roberts. Bouncing off of the left guard, Patrick McCarry. Roberts, who is the big run-stopping inside linebacker, says he wants to, after this last year of his contract, stick with the Steelers, adding to his case for the Steelers to have him return right there. Punt by Stout, just gets away. Pressure bearing down on him. Calvin Austin, a late fair catch. Call at the 12-yard line. Was looking for a penalty, though he was pretty late getting his hand up there. Steelers are going to start the drive. They get a stop from their defense. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, everybody. Punts for both of these rivals to begin this third quarter of play. Steelers, not ideal field position here, starting from their own 12. Wilson's going to pass here. He's going to take a moonshot. Wilson looking downfield, and was that caught in bounds? It was! A big play! Wilson to Calvin Austin. A 44-yard strike. Austin, a speed-on-speed matchup. 1 foot, 2 foot dragging the right foot in bounds. What a play. Steelers, they run another play here. It's a Najee Harris run for about 5 yards. Calvin Austin, a go route down the field, lined up with another very fast player on this field in Nate Wiggins, the Ravens corner. Him and Austin, probably the two fastest players on this field here tonight. Austin beats him. Steelers from the 40. 2nd and 6, Harris bouncing to the right. Over towards the sideline, and he is not going to get much of a gain right there. They're going to mark him at the line of scrimmage there, so no gain. It's going to be 3rd and 5 from the Ravens 40. Tackled, or I should say knocked out of bounds there by Marlon Humphrey, number 44. He's been in a lot of these games between these two rivals. Marlon Humphrey is taking a knee here. It's 3rd and 6. And now they finally blow the whistle here. It looks like the Ravens were signaling for Humphrey, saying he was hurt. Humphrey was down on a knee, waving his arms, and it wasn't until the Steelers were about to snap the ball that they finally blew the whistle. And it looks like Humphrey just has something in his eye here. That is all the injury he has. Or, yeah, maybe Tom Brady saying possible contact knockout. But, yeah, Steelers were lined up to run a play, and Russell Wilson made the adjustment at the line. I guess that bought enough time for the refs to see that Humphrey was down and blow the whistle. But nonetheless, once again, it's 3rd and 6. They officially call it. So be from the Ravens, 40. Clock starts up again. 7 minutes, 55 seconds, and rolling. Cordero Patterson, the back, rolls out into the wide receiver. Roll out wide. Wilson drops back the pass. Looking, fires over the middle. It's going to be held on to by Calvin Austin. 1st down. He might have juggled it for half a second there, but number 19, he's heating up. Working on Stevens. Calvin Austin, with George Pickens being out the last couple of games, starting to develop quite the connection with Russell Wilson. Russ comparing Austin to what Tyler Lockett was to him. And how about this? A big man run for Najee Harris. Keeps on churning those legs. Looked like he might have been stopped for a gain of 4. It winds up as a gain of 8 or 9. So Najee Harris, using his big frame, one of the strongest running backs in the league. Kind of as close, in my opinion, in the league that you could get to one Derrick Henry right there with Najee Harris. 2nd and 1. Steelers are in the red zone at the Ravens 11. Toss here to Warren. Started running right now to the left, and he is going to get 1st down yardage. I apologize. That play was ran from the 15-yard line, not the 11. Now the ball is at the 11, and the Steelers have a new set of downs. Pretty much 1st and goal here, but the 1st down marker's at the 1. Warren on another pitch running to the left, and he's going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard. It's now 2nd down. 5:40 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Play clock is at 15, and now the Steelers break the huddle. Van Jefferson, Calvin Austin to the right of formation. Williams to the left. Wilson dropping back the pass. He's going to flow a thrower for Cordero Patterson. He held on to it. What a response. What a play. Cordero Patterson high pointing the ball and keeping his hands together. Just enough of a grip to hang on. It was a tight window. And Wilson is fired up. Cordero Patterson lined up to the left of Wilson, leaped up on a wheel route. The Joker, Patterson, he did not actually hang on to that. Wow. Patterson had the ball in his hands. Extra point by Boswell is good. Patterson had the ball in his hands, and as he hit the turf, the ball came loose, and it somehow stayed on his body in between his 2 thighs, and He held it just long enough for it to be a touchdown. Unbelievable. Steelers tying the ball game yet again. Cordero Patterson from Russell Wilson. And we got a brand new ball game when we come back. 7 of you in here right now. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We'll be back right after this short break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 5:14 left in the third quarter. And we have trouble here. A rare mistake for Chris Boswell on the kickoff, kicking it out of bounds. That is going to be a penalty on Boswell. And the Ravens are going to get the ball at the 40-yard line. I have no idea what happened on that kickoff right there. They didn't even show the replay. I assume that Boz isn't just shanking that out of bounds. I thought maybe he slipped. I don't know. But anyway, it's Ravens ball now up at the 40-yard line. Lamar Jackson faking the handoff to Henry. He's going to throw here. It's going to be caught by Andrews up past midfield and out of bounds. Working on Patrick Queen. A first down pass for Lamar Jackson to Mark Andrews. Out of bounds up near the 43 of the Steelers. New set of downs here for the Ravens at the 44. Henry gets the handoff. No, and it was kept by Jackson, and a great tackle there for Minkah Fitzpatrick. Lamar Jackson, the shiftiest player in the NFL. Minkah Fitzpatrick, a good tackle there. Great job holding Lamar to only a gain of 3, 2nd and 7 here for the Ravens at the Steelers 41. Henry to his right. 2 wide receivers. Never mind, that is Isaiah Likely with Zay Flowers at the top of the screen, throwing over the middle, and down is Zay Flowers. New set of downs for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson having a good day through the air. Finding Zay Flowers a handful of times with some deep shots. Flowers now 4 catches for 51 yards. Lamar 12 for 19, 135, and 2 touchdowns. From the 27, Jackson faking the handoff to Henry. He's got Herbig after him. Now throws back to Henry. It's a screen. Henry's got the first down and tackled down at the 10. A dangerous pass for Lamar Jackson, but it pays off. He had Nick Herbig off the left edge running towards him, and Cam Hayward almost got his hand on that ball, but Jackson running right, throwing back to the left. Henry had blockers, and he got the first down. Now inside the red zone at the 11. Ollie is the back. No Justice Hill for the Ravens. Lamar on a designed keeper runs forward and gets only 4 yards. And the more they just showed the replay of Boswell's kickoff. Maybe he was trying to make some sort of coffin corner kickoff there. I don't know, but he was pretty upset with himself. Now from the 7, Lamar throwing over the middle. It's caught wide open in the end zone. That is Mark Andrews. Right after giving it up, the Ravens take the lead right back. A pretty quick-moving drive there. And, yeah, the sea of defenders just parted for Andrews. Casey and Sutton, the 2 safeties out there. One went to the left, one went to the right, and it opened up the middle of that end zone for Andrews to just settle. And that is a pretty easy touchdown there for the Ravens. Extra point for Justin Tucker is up and good. So the Ravens back on top. Steelers yet to lead in the ball game. They've only been able to tie. Ravens reclaiming the lead once again. 11 of you in here right now. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Feel free to comment in the live chat like our good friend Shauna Houston, who would be ironic if she lives in Houston. Shauna Houston in Houston. Feel free to comment in the live chat. You can also like and share this stream. I'll be right back in a moment. Steelers offense needs to respond again. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Ravens have just retaken the lead. 6-play, 60-yard drive after the bad kickoff out of bounds by Chris Boswell. Stout now boots this one away. It's going to be received by Jalen Warren, and he's going to run it out up past the 30. Warren up past the 35 and down at the 37. Great return there for Jalen Warren. And a bit of insult to injury news over the break. Steelers not only got the touchdown, but they also have lost Joey Porter Jr. for the remainder of the game. He has been ruled out with a calf injury. So Steelers are without their two top corners. Dante Jackson inactive with a back injury for today's game, and now Porter goes down, so we are left pretty much to James Pierre and the rookie Corey Trice on the outside for the Steelers, and Lamar, he may have a field day for the rest of this game. Screen pass here for Najee Harris is dropped. Not sure how much Harris would have gained had he caught it. The screen was pretty slow developing. And now, yeah, there they go, showing Joey Porter Jr. walking back to the locker room. 2nd and 10 now, Steelers beginning this drive at the 38. Russ dropping back to pass. Throwing over the middle on a crosser. It's Mike Williams. And Jimmy shaking his forward. Williams has got the first down up past the 50. Looking to get him going. Mike Williams, since coming over at the trade deadline from the Jets to the Steelers, the Steelers were hoping he would emerge as a solid number 2 option behind George Pickens. Now, not only has he struggled really seeing too much playing time and getting some receptions, he's now, along with Calvin Austin and Van Jefferson, the impromptu wide receiver 1 with Pickens out. Najee Harris on first down had a 2-yard run. Now it's 2nd and 8 from the 46. We got a 2-back set here. Connor Hayward playing fullback. He's in pass protection. Wilson with time. He's going to lob one up, and this is way out of bounds. Just getting rid of it there with 25 seconds now stopped on the clock left in this third quarter. So now it's 3rd and 8. 10 of you in here right now. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Also, feel free to comment in the live chat. We're up to 229 subscribers on the channel. I believe we've gained 4 new subscribers here today, so I thank each and every one of you who have done so. 3rd and 8 now from the 46. First down marker is the Ravens, 39. Russ barely getting the snap off in time. Now gets rid of it here. Jalen Warren, and he fumbled it, but he fell on it. Might have been incomplete. Who knows? But Russell Wilson, the pocket collapsed like that. And he just had to get it out any way possible to his safety valve, Warren. And Warren, the ball popped up in the air, and he fell on it if they ruled it a fumble. Now it's 4th and 8. They ruled it incomplete. Steelers offense is on the field here for 4th and 8. They might be trying to get him to jump off sides. Now, hang on. Russell Wilson's having a conversation here with the referee while the play clock expires. So what's going on here? And yeah, I think everybody's confused here. Now they're going to be looking. The play on the field was a fumble recovered by the offense. And it's still 4th down. The offense is still out there. They're going to try to get them to jump off sides here. Play clock is at 15. Game clock is at 6. Maybe trying to get them to jump off sides here, and nobody's going to do so in the quarter ends. So they officially made it 4th and 5. Steelers were trying to get them to jump off sides. And now we head to the 4th quarter. The Ravens, they lead by 7. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 4th quarter about to get underway. Ravens are up by 7. It is 4th and 6 at the Ravens 45, and the Steelers offense remains on the field. First down marker is the 39. Maybe trying to get them to jump off sides. They do run a play. Wilson back to pass. Looking. He's going to throw deep over the middle. He's got Calvin Austin, and it is incomplete. No flag on the play. Looks like Kyle Hamilton, the safety, was going for the ball as well. Austin streaking up the middle of the field. And Hamilton almost having the pick. Not a whole lot open. Wilson just chucking it. Maybe looking for an arm punt at the very, best there. No penalty, but the Ravens offense up by 7 now with a chance to really damper the hopes of the Steelers in this game. Coming off a touchdown drive, they now start at their own 45. Back-to-back drives in which the Ravens have started with good field position. Hand off to Derrick Henry. Running to the left. Henry's got space up past the 50, up past the 40, up the sideline, 30, 20, and down at the 10. Derrick Henry. A big soul-taking run right there. Minkah Fitzpatrick blitzing the gap up the middle. Henry bounced it out to the left. And his biggest run of the day gets the Ravens down at the 11. That is now 133 yards rushing today for Derrick Henry. 7.8 average a carry. 1st and 10 from the 11. Jackson looking to pass. He's got 3 TD passes again. He does it, picked up. Oh my God! It's Minkah Fitzpatrick running back to 20, the 30, and down. Unreal! For the first time in forever, I don't mean to sound like the song from Frozen, Minkah Fitzpatrick has a turnover. Lamar Jackson, he was looking for Rashad Bateman. Bateman stopped running, and Minkah Fitzpatrick is the one who makes possibly the game-altering play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Unreal. Twitter is about to go crazy. Everybody's been waiting for it. Unbelievable. And all the jokes of Minkah Fitzpatrick. Oh, when's he going to have an interception? When's he going to get his pick for like the first time in 2 years? Minkah's washed. They're paying him $18 million to do what? He does it right there. We'll be back in a minute. The Steelers getting bailed out by their defense. Let's see if they can capitalize off the turnover when we return. Welcome back, everybody. The impossible has just happened. Minkah Fitzpatrick has intercepted a football. Hell has froze over, pigs are flying, and the jokes have died. Steelers ball at their own 33. 13:57 left in the ball game. Najee Harris totes the rock here on 1st and 10. And he'll get a gain of about 3 yards. That is Lamar Jackson's first interception in 113 passes. And it came off of a miscommunication and a missed open receiver. They showed coming back from break. Zay Flowers was wide open in the end zone for Lamar. But he was looking for Bateman, Wilson here on 2nd and 7, throwing out. Now Wilson throws a pick. Oh my goodness, it's a pick six. Russell Wilson rolled out to the right on play action. He threw it behind Michael Pruitt. And just like Lamar threw it into the arms of Minkah Fitzpatrick, he threw it into the waiting arms of Marlon Humphrey, who took it back for 6. Extra point is good. The Ravens are up by 2 scores. After being handed the momentum back, the Steelers and Russell Wilson make the biggest mistake of the game. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, everybody. This game is an absolute roller coaster within the past 5 minutes and change. The Ravens looked like they were driving to score and go up by 2 scores. Then Lamar Jackson throws a pick to Minkah Fitzpatrick. And then 2 plays later, Russell Wilson throws a pick 6 to Marlon Humphrey. Kickoff here by Justin Tucker lands in the end zone and goes out the back for a touchback. So with 13:06 remaining in this game, this Steelers team, they're going to need to pull a rabbit and a pretty damn big one out of the hat to win this ball game. 13:06 from the 30. Wilson has Warren in the backfield. Scotty Miller motions from the right of the formation to the left. Now Van Jefferson follows suit. Hand off here to Warren. Warren running up the middle here, and Warren is going to back his way forward for a first down. Good run there by the former Oklahoma State running back right there. They officially give him 11 yards. 1st and 10, Wilson throwing over the middle, caught by Freiermuth. Steelers going to need to move quickly, and that's what they're doing. If you're the black and gold, you need to make this whole entire drive 2-minute offense as much as you possibly can. 2nd and 6 from the 45. Bit of a high snap. Wilson handles it. Handoff to Warren. He'll maybe get a yard on that run. Was tripped up at the line of scrimmage. "12 minutes now left in the ball game. Wilson takes the snap, looking to pass. Wilson's got nowhere to run. Now he's going to run to the right. Improvising. Hines finds Jaylen Warren. And Warren's got first down yardage just on the other side of midfield. New set of downs. Wilson moving all around the pocket there. Passing again. Russ. He's got nowhere to go, and he's going to get sacked by Kyle Van Noy. Kyle Van Noy gets his 2nd sack of the contest. Steelers lose yardage there. It's 2nd and 14. Scotty Miller in motion again from the left of the formation to the right. Looks like it is Mike Williams and Calvin Austin top of the screen. And now flags fly and whistle blows. And looks like this is going to be a false start on the offense. And they flag Broderick Jones. He's confused as to what he did. Not agreeing with that call. And I didn't see anything there. He made a motion to the rest of his offensive linemen gesturing something, and apparently he got flagged for that. Ref's not helping the Steelers any bit here today. Wilson on 2nd and 19 passing here. Throw is short to Pat Freiermuth, and he's going to be tackled at his own 49. So make it 3rd down. And 11 for the Steelers. This is going to be 4-down territory for the Steelers. You at least want to make it 3rd and manageable here with this next play. 4 wide receivers, including Freiermuth, the tight end. Quick hitter here, Calvin Austin looking to set up the screen, and he's going to get nothing. He might even lose a yard. Now it is 4th and long. And the Steelers are going to need to go for it here. You have to learn from your mistake, and they're going to punt it. So this is very, very frustrating. The Steelers last week, down 2 scores to the Eagles. They punted down 2 scores with 12 minutes left in the game. Punt is away. It's going to be fair caught at the 9-yard line by Desmond King. That is very frustrating. The Steelers down 2 scores to the Eagles last week in the 4th quarter with 12 minutes left. They punted the ball, and they did not see the ball the rest of the game. You have less time here, also down 2 scores, and you don't learn from your mistakes. I don't care what the down and distance is. You have to go for it. You have to at least try. Ravens back, offense back to work from their own 8. Derrick Henry, he's going to run the ball here on 1st and 10, and he's going to get no yardage. Clock is rolling here. 8:55 left in the game. Steelers at risk of dropping their second game in a row. Another surrender punt. By Mike Tomlin, this game is pretty much over if we're being completely honest here. But yeah, we're going to stick it out in case something miraculous happens. If anything, we got the Pittsburgh Penguins starting here momentarily to bounce back on. Lamar Jackson's going to take a shot down the field. It's caught by Zay Flowers, staying on his feet. Beanie Bishop cannot tackle him down, and he's now down. Zay Flowers caught that ball at the Steelers 40-yard line, and Beanie Bishop had him wrapped up multiple times, and he was finally tackled down at the Steelers 40-yard line. 0 tackling ability there for Beanie Bishop. Hand off to Henry. Up the middle. Gets 5 yards. Adding to his total well over 100 yards in this ball game. Probably going to have over $150 if he's not already by the end of this ball game. Second and 5. Henry again running left and wrapped up by a couple of defenders down at the 38, just shy of the first down marker. And the Eagles are going to do a tush push here. A sneak. No, not a tush push. A sneak with. Who was that took it? I have no idea what happened there. The Ravens just ran a sneak without Lamar Jackson. I have no idea who took it. Don't really care. 5:30 now remaining in the ball game and still ticking down. From the Steelers, 28, Henry here. He's got a hole and he's got first down and down up near the 15-yard line. Nick Herbig was way out, rushing off of the left edge there. I have no idea. He looked like he was running all the way from another zip code. No clue. Wasn't even a factor in trying to stop Henry there. Again, it's Henry. A trio of Steelers, that is Herbig, Roberts, and Loudermilk, stop him after a small gain of 2 yards. Second and down now. 2nd and 8. 4 minutes now remaining, and this is what happens. Mike Tomlin deserves this. This is very deserved. You did not learn from your mistakes at all last week against the Eagles. Like I said, the Steelers had the ball with around 10 minutes left in the ball game. And down 2 scores, they punted and they never saw the ball back. And it looks like they may be on their way to just getting maybe 1 possession back. But they'll be down by 3 scores when they do get the ball back. And now Alex Highsmith jumps. So we got a full neutral zone infraction. And this is just embarrassing at this point. Landon Roberts and Minkah Fitzpatrick talking about possibly what may be coming on this next play from the Ravens. But it's like it really matters. 3:17 on the clock. 3rd and 2, Ricard in that fullback. Henry running, and he is going to just be short of the first down marker. So it'll be 3rd and short. And now we have the clock stopped. I'm not sure if one of the 2 teams, probably the Steelers, took a timeout there. But, yeah, things are not going good at all here. Steelers open up the way for the Ravens to possibly overtake them for the division. Now, after this game wraps up, the Steelers and Ravens will be tied in terms of record at 10-5. But right now, currently, it is the Steelers who hold all the tiebreakers. Like they're tied in like 2 or 3 tiebreakers. But I believe it is the common games played portion of the tiebreaker that the Steelers hold the advantage in. Of course, earlier this year, the Ravens lost to the Las Vegas Raiders at home. And the Steelers beat the Raiders. So I believe the Steelers hold the advantage that way. But like I said, the Ravens, they have a much easier schedule. I don't know who they play. I think one of the games might be against the Cleveland Browns, but the Steelers have 2 tough matchups in the Chiefs here on Wednesday, and then the Bengals in Week 18. 23-yard field goal for Justin Tucker is up, and it is good. So the Ravens have put up a 34 spot on the Steelers. And really just looking at this game, the Ravens today did exactly what the Steelers needed to do. The Steelers needed to win the turnover battle. The Ravens recovered a fumble, and they intercepted Wilson and ran that interception back for a pick 6. The Steelers, down all the players that they needed to have a big play like that pick 6 for them to have a chance here today. They obviously did not get it. You only have the small moral victory of Minkah Fitzpatrick getting his first interception in about 2 years. But Lamar Jackson, 3 touchdowns and a pick, 207 yards. Derrick Henry having one heck of a game, almost tripling his yardage from the first time these two teams met. Up 34-17. Steelers are going to get the ball back here. Kickoff is going to not be returned. And just put Kyle Allen in. I don't understand. That's me right now. Put Kyle Allen in. You want to live in your fears, down 2 scores and give a surrender punt? Why not just live in your fears some more? Put in Kyle Allen. You're already down Justin Fields, who did not play today, suffered an abdomen injury. Why are we risking Russell Wilson's health here with 3 minutes left in a meaningless game? Yeah, Russell Wilson single-handedly. Russell Wilson responsible for 14 points today for the Ravens. This game would be close had he just slid down one time and not thrown a ball behind Michael Pruitt on another. Russ throwing one out of bounds here on 1st and 10. Steelers had a first down play there last time up to the 40. 2:25 left in the ballgame now. This clock, which was once running so fast with the Steelers seeking to tie the game, now running so slow here. Jaylen Warren is just spinning constantly, trying to get out of tackles. He's going to lose yardage here. It's now going to be 3rd down and probably 13, 3rd down and 12, something like that. Just another surrender by the Steelers in this 4th quarter. John Harbaugh on the sideline. All smiles. We'll be back in a minute to close this one out. Welcome back, everybody. There's your score, 34-17. 2-minute warning. We are now on the backside of that. Still have no idea why Russell Wilson is in this ball game. Down 3 scores, but he's back to pass here, and he is going to evade a sack by, I think, Ojabo, and toss it out of bounds, incomplete. Now 4th and 13. Steelers are going to punt. 2 surrender punts. That's always fun. And if anything, you're just going to get away from this game and prepare for the Kansas City Chiefs in a few days on Christmas. It's going to be fair caught, and it's going to be fumbled, and the Ravens fell on top of it, I think. So even if this game did matter, the Ravens bobbled it. It was a fumble, and for the 3rd time today, the Ravens have fumbled the ball and recovered it. That is how this game is going. I assume the Ravens are just going to maybe run it a handful of times, if not take a couple knees. But I'm just going to begin my ending soliloquy here and say thank you for each of you who joined me here tonight. Even though this game is not the outcome that we wanted, we did gain 4 new subscribers here tonight, so I appreciate the 4 of you who did. If you have watched me from the beginning tonight, have just popped in and out throughout the game, or if you're going to rewatch this here later on, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe, like the live stream, and feel free to comment and share the stream. And I'm going to be openly honest here and say Ravens are in victory formation. Lamar takes a knee. I'm going to be open and honest here when I say that I do not know when I am going to be back here again. Of course, Christmas time coming up here in a couple of days. I am going to leave the door open and say that I am unsure if there will be a Monday edition of the Steel City Sports Report. There definitely will not be a Monday, be a Tuesday or Wednesday edition of the Steel City Sports Report. But I'm going to, for this next week coming up, leave the schedule open. I have no idea if I'm going to post during the Christmas week or if I'm going to have the time to post during the Christmas week. Of course, holidays, hectic as always. And I also do not have any idea if I will be back here live for the Christmas Day game, Steelers taking on the Chiefs. So I'm going to leave it open with that. Clock hits 000. Ravens win 34-17. Let me just make it official here. Pop up the final score. So with that, once again, thank you all for joining me here tonight. Appreciate all of you who have subscribed and who will subscribe. I have no idea when I will be back on here or when I will have the time to post again. So maybe I'll see you guys for a couple of daily editions of the Steel City Sports Report, or maybe I will see you guys on Christmas Day when the Steelers take on the Chiefs. We will see. Until I see you guys next time, I want to thank you all for watching. Have a great night.